a majority of abortions are done by chemical abortions, with a pill. I think it's important we understand it. This is our uterine lining, and I'm going to go ahead and draw some receptors, and these are progesterone receptors. When a woman is pregnant, progesterone is going to kick into action. Progesterone is 100% critical, necessary for pregnancy to be maintained. These are our progesterone molecules. So they're going to bind to these receptors. And when progesterone is present, it's going to make the uterine lining nice and thick. It's not going to shed. So women are not going to have their period, obviously. And it's going to make that uterus a nice, hospitable, cozy environment for the embryo to nestle into. Now let's talk about mifepristone. Again, mifepristone is the first pill in the abortion pill regimen. Our representation of mifepristone is going to be a diamond, okay? Mifepristone is similar to progesterone in the sense that it has an affinity for the progesterone receptors. Mifepristone just has a stronger affinity to the progesterone receptors than progesterone does, which would essentially block progesterone from binding, which then would mean that the uterine lining is not going to be a hospitable place for the embryo. So we can see here that the mifepristone is now bound to the progesterone receptor, and now the progesterone is not going to be able to bind to it. There's also the factor of concentration. So if there's a high enough concentration of progesterone, that can actually overcome the effects of the mifepristone despite it having a higher affinity for the receptor and being bound. So that's where abortion pill reversal comes in. Abortion pill reversal treatment is going to be over multiple days, and it's going to vary in dosage. It's up to a medical provider to determine that, but it's essentially putting a bunch of progesterone back into play here. Abortion pill reversal is just adding a bunch more progesterone molecules. So when there's a lot more progesterone molecules, there's a much higher chance that they're going to bind to all these receptors like this. There's 3 receptors that have progesterone molecules and only 1 that has a mifepristone molecule bound to it. And even though the mifepristone has a higher affinity, the progesterone is now bound to more. It's in higher concentration, which can actually overcome the effects of the mifepristone despite the mifepristone still being present. So that's exactly what abortion pill reversal is. And it's so simple. You don't need a degree or anything to understand that mifepristone blocks progesterone. And the way to overcome that is to put more progesterone into play.